Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daryl Walter Show. I am your host, DW. Welcome, everybody. What's going on out there? Listen, how is everyone doing out there? Y'all doing all right out there? If you are, tap in, click like, click share. Hello. Hello, everybody. We have so much to talk about. Do me a favor, click like and share. Again, I am your host, Daryl Walter, and I thought of this phrase: I am blessed, black, and queerfully and wonderfully made. Listen, if you are loving this out there, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at I am Daryl Walter, and make sure you follow us here at Pyro Media Network. Check out all of the wonderful shows. If you love me, if you're feeling this show, click like, click share, and listen. If you're feeling generous, over here, right there below, you can share $1, or $2, or 2,000, whatever is on your heart. All right. Now, listen. Before we get started, okay, Siri, shut up. Before we get started, let's take a deep breath and let it out. Okay, just a little midweek relaxation before we get into this mess of what went viral. But let's just get into it, Kwame, because it's a lot going on. We're gonna start good. It's gonna be a little rough, then we're gonna end like, huh? Then we're gonna get into what is shadow work. Okay. Now, let's just start at the top. A couple of things before we do get started. I hope Beyonce's internet. I gotta change this background. This is just we gonna change this. Next week it's gonna be something different. I don't know what. And Kwame, we have to do a new intro. Okay, I just had to let that out. All right, let's get into this. Beyonce, Queen Bey, mother. After 5 months of being on tour, Beyonce, Giselle knows, Carter, is releasing her upcoming film entitled Renaissance, a film by Beyonce. Okay? Anybody excited except me? No, let me say that the other way. That was a little dyslexia. Anybody else excited, um, including me? Okay. Um, you know what? Let's talk about this for real, y'all. This is a lesson in economics, in business. I have been, if you on TikTok, I've seen it, but just looking at Beyonce's business savvy, okay, she took our money, okay, at the Renaissance. A lot of us. I know a lot of y'all didn't go, but she took my money and made me wear silver to her concert, okay? In boom boom shirts, boom boom shorts. I should have posted the picture. But she came back, and if you watched any of her concerts or if you went to her concert, she documented everything, and now she has put it all together, and it is going to be, I imagine, a blockbuster film. But here's the business savvy of it all. She has catered to those who have spent hundreds upon hundreds, thousands of dollars, if you will. And now, hey, Cupcakes, thank you. Subscribe, share. Um, and now she is catering to those who couldn't afford the nosebleeds to go. She got the low ticket people, okay? And here's what I really want to say. Some of y'all gonna fight me on this. Some of y'all may or may not follow me after I have this conversation, but it needs to be had. Okay. Um, Beyonce is the Michael Jackson of our time. Y'all quit playing with Beyonce. Not only is Beyonce the Michael Jackson of our times, Beyonce is the Beyonce of our time. Okay, y'all quit playing with it. Y'all out there really just at this point being disrespectful. Give the lady her crown. She is the icon. I know y'all are just squirming out there, not feeling this one right here, but it needs to be said. And let me talk to those girls who are trying to say who got next. Who's the next Beyonce? Nobody. Nobody. There will not be another Beyonce Giselle. No, not Victoria Monet, not Chloe Bailey, not Halle, and not none of these other little girls around them. Not Megan, not Cardi, not even Nikki. As much as she's trying, not none of them, and they can dance real good. But can we just point out the facts? Okay, amongst and y'all gonna fight me on this, and I'm here for it. Okay, I'm not scared today. I love y'all. Beyonce just did a tour, okay? 5 months, 56 tour dates, okay? With 56 outfit changes in in that tour, okay? Michael Jackson could never. Rest in peace, okay? And I understand y'all out there like, oh, Beyonce, Beyonce is the moment. Okay, there will not be another one like her. And I'm just saying this because at this point, this child done backflips. She done a whole bunch of world tours. She done got the most Grammys. I mean, quit saying Beyonce can't sing. Now, to end this part of the segment, because I feel like some people might be tired of me talking about Beyonce, I have brought up my top 5 favorite outfits for Beyonce. Here's number 5. Let's bring them up, Kwame. I just liked it. Some of you may agree. I think it was the hat for me. It just gave me life. It just really blessed me. So that's number 5. Number 4. Do you not love it? Do you not see the vision? Hmm? Do you not see the ministry? Huh? He preferred Cancun. She prefer Sancho Pay. This is giving Sancho Pay. Number 3. Ugh, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's just everything. Okay. Now it was a toss up between number 2 and number 1, but here's number 2. It's over. It's over. It's just so avant-garde and everything. I don't know if y'all are tap in if you agree with my choices, but and let me go to number one. I chose number one because this is Vegas. And when I saw this, she gave Vegas everything Vegas needed for that night and some. And can I just pause right here? See, y'all, listen. I know y'all like to tussle. I know y'all struggling with it, but Beyonce is the I said what I said. Beyonce is the Michael Jackson of our time. I know y'all twisting and turning out there. But Vegas was everything. And it was the lighting, and she was on the piano, and she was singing one plus one, and she had the Beyonce fan going. Honey, it was everything. It was just everything. And listen, can we just who else is doing 56 looks on a worldwide tour with the dancers? Just give Beyonce her flowers. Why are we struggling to give her flowers? I don't know. I said what I said. Okay, Father God. Let's just move into this next one. Tamar Braxton and J.R. Robinson recently broke up. Now, most of you know I don't get involved in relationships and people's business, but this one, we got to talk about this because some may right in the water with this one, okay? And we anyways, they met on a reality show. We were already nervous for Tamar. Tamar then got her life together after, left Vincent and she was dating that crazy rich man over there. And, went on the dating show, met JR. They fell in love. They engaged. Okay. Recently, they broke up. Okay. Now, I want y'all to hear me out on this one. JR released a statement. Pull the statement up. I'm gonna read it for you. Okay, this is where I said, okay, man, something right here. So I don't think I sent it, but I'm gonna read it for you if I didn't. Okay. So many questions, so many assumptions. I want to answer all that. I can with respect. Yes, Tamar and I are no longer together. I ended the relationship to focus on getting back to positive energy and being a better person. What happened and why? That's our private place. No, I never cheated. No, I wasn't there when she was at her mother's place when her car was burglarized. No, I never cared about fame. Who reveals their most embarrassing moments in their life to find fame? I have always represented famous people, and the truth is, I was in an amazing place financially and mentally. I turned down Queen's Court several times before I gave in. Ultimately, I fell in love, and it did not end how I wanted it to. So I want to heal. Tamar and I will always be friends and family for life. Thank you for respecting our privacy. Gonna take that down. Bullshit. Ooh, excuse me. Let me take a sip. I had a case of the bullshit. Okay. I said, well, hold on now. Hold on. Hold on now. I said, now I'm confused because he said, I ended the relationship to focus on getting back to positive energy and being a better person. What happened and why? That's our private place. Well, you just told us why, sir. But see, I'm confused. I'm confused why you felt the need to release this statement. I'm confused on what. See, and then here's the line that just got me. Um, I never cared about fame. Who reveals their most embarrassing moments in their life to find fame? You do, sir. You did it on the show. You went on the show. Oh, and this is where he got me. I turned down Queen Court several times before I gave in. Ultimately, fell in love and did not end how I wanted it to. According to Holly Robinson Pete, you were the most prepared person for the show. Did you turn down the show because you didn't want to be on the show, or did you turn down the show because you needed more time to prepare? See, I'm confused by this whole thing. And here's why I had to bring this up for a lot of you out there, because a lot of you out there have been in this position where you in a relationship and somebody gaslights you out the relationship. This is gaslighting, sir. And you're a lawyer. You are too smart. This is PR 101. Because then Tamar not necessarily responded, but she released a video. Let's take a look at the video.
Really grateful. I have done a lot to work on my mental health and change who I used to be into who I am now. And I can't help if people fall into that perception because it's easy. And I get it, you know. But I won't let anybody hold me captive to my past and things that I have overcome. I today am mentally healthy and I'm happy. I'm hurt, but such is life. I'm surprised, but okay. But I just want everybody to know that the devil is a dirty liar, and I've worked my entire behind off. I funded this entire tour. Live Nation gave me the opportunity, but me and my friends got together because it was something that was important to me and put this tour on the road for you guys. And it would mean the world to me if you all supported me. And
Listen, take Tamar off the screen. Bring me up. Yeah, keep it right there. Um, First of all, kudos to Tamar. I want you all to see these videos because Tamar is absolutely brilliant. One, she never mentioned JR and she never references the relationship directly. She just lets people know that she is her. And also, she redirects the conversation to the bag, okay, which we need to support. I need to figure out a way to see this content. Y'all download a song or something because I'm Team Tamar in this situation. If you are a fan of reality TV, if you have been following Tamar's career for the last 10 years, you know that she has gone through an evolution, a real huge change of. And she says who she used to be, but I just want to say that she's matured. You know, that was her before, and we'll get into that shadow work. And this is an involved, mature Tamar Braxton now. And I do believe that JR used her. I do believe that he used the show and this PR statement, this bullcrap of a story or Instagram post that he released is absolutely irresponsible. Why is it irresponsible? Because the way the letter was written, he made it seem like Tamar was the issue and the problem. And see, it goes back to that gaslighting. And some of y'all may have been in it. Some of y'all may know what it's like, or some of you may know somebody who's been through it. But when you come to that end of the relationship, and instead of the person just breaking up with you and saying, you know what? It's over. They make it feel like it's you. They make it seem like you're the problem, you're the issue, you're the one. When in fact it ain't never been you. They never wanted to be with you from the get go. They may have been using you and profiting off of you, which we gonna get into the next relationship off of that one. But in this case, honey, that man is wrong as two left shoes, and I was rooting for him. Uh-uh. Tamar knows how to work the media, but so does RJ also. And this man tried to flip the situation and indirectly make it seem like Tamar was the crazy one. No, sir. In my heart of hearts, I believe Tamar dodged the bullet, and you, sir, are the crazy one. Okay, but we're gonna move on from that. Yes, Tamar, sit down and rest your nerves. Focus on your salvation. Your man is gonna find you. Let's get into this next one. Whew. Y'all, I didn't even write notes on this one because there is so much. I don't even know where to begin. Okay. That is, okay, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Rashonda and Lashandra Lockhart. Rashonda is the chocolate one and that one piece. And am I doing that right? And Lashandra is the young man in the pink suit. Ooh. Okay. Recently, social media influencers Rashonda and Lashandra Lockhart, okay, have gone viral after Rashonda, because their names are so much alike. Okay, so y'all have to forgive me. Rashonda went to the internet and basically put all the tea out there. Basically found out that Lashandra, who's a property manager and a minister, I want to say self-proclaimed life coach, and she's a minister at a church, um, over 500,000 followers. Basically found out that Lord, this gonna mess with me so much. She's a pastor. I didn't know she was a pastor. So I got to tell y'all a backstory about this, and I didn't know how to segue into this. So y'all listen, y'all play close attention to this one, okay? Because this is gonna be so good for y'all. So Rashonda blocked me on TikTok. Okay, this is the first time I'm saying this publicly because I've never said this publicly. Rashonda blocked me on TikTok. It was at the beginning when she had her weight loss surgery. Let me just say I'm a huge fan of hers. You know, she was on live one day and she had this wig on, and I made a comment about the wig, and she sent me to the block party. You know, I didn't say anything. I took it like a G. You know, lesson learned from there. You know, publicly listen. Hey, girl, if you see me, I apologize. I didn't mean it. But let me say this. It's so much drama going on that her lies popped up on my timeline. Okay. So, and I believe every single word that she said about this person. Okay. There's so much to unpack here, but baby, let me tell you something. I'm about to unpack this real good. Um, According to Rashonda, LaShondra, who's a property manager, has been to jail for fraud. She has stolen money from churches in Los Angeles. She has taken money through PayPal of people's rents. She has been involved in incidents with tenants in said property. She has also, you know what, Kwame, take Rashonda down and bring up the young man by himself, because this ain't even fair to her. Bring him up. Yeah. Oh, because I got to talk to you. According to Lashandra, you have taken the people's money at the property management. You've been allegedly, but I'm gonna tell you why I don't think it's allegedly. Okay, you've been sleeping around. You've been taking money from the people at church. You've been to jail. Um, you can't pay the rent. You done got the rent-a-center furniture and lied to Rashandra and said that it was a gifted dining room table from some family member when it wasn't. Um, what else she do, y'all? Just everything under the sun. Just raggedy to no rags, Richard, raggedy, raggedy, raggedy. Now, here's the thing about it. Yeah, baby, put that all the way up. Ain't got nothing to do with Pyro. This is all Daryl Walter. Okay, so Rashondra, Rashonda blocked me on TikTok. Okay, because I made that comment, and I've never said anything because I just feel like people have the right to do whatever they want to do. I think she's talented. I think she's absolutely amazing. Now bring the couple back up. Oh baby, you don't know what I really want to call him. I'll say ninja for YouTube. But so Rashonda is talented. This is a young woman who has gotten it out the mud. Okay. She has been in abusive relationships with men. Okay. I was a huge fan of hers. Her own mama gambled her money. Okay. And the thing about Rashonda is that this woman is a self-made woman who has gotten it out the mud, who has risen above adversity to be a businesswoman, a business owner. She's getting to the bag. She looks amazing. You can tell she's an amazing wife, allegedly, and it just seems like, listen, I'll say this. She stood up for her man. You know that thing, that saying, that's my man, and I'm gonna stick right beside him. And yes, I'm calling him a him. A boy, actually. I don't know what's going on, but anyways. LaShondra has done too much. So here's the thing: when Rashonda blocked me, okay, take that disclaimer down. They seen it already. Lord, what time am I at? Oh, I can't misgender her. Excuse me. So this young lady in the pink, um, you know, she came up on my timeline with the prayer in the ministry. And I said to myself, I'm going to pass on this one. I just went ahead and unfollowed her because something wasn't right about it. Now, bring LaShondra back up. Because, see, here's what we got to unpack. I don't go to church. And one of the things people said was, well, Daryl, why don't you go to a gay church or a same gender, affirming church? And I replied, because the same mess that goes on in the straight church goes on in the gay church too. And this right here is an example, allegedly. This right here is an example. And let me help LaShondra with something. Okay, see, because she's taking to social media, reading all these scriptures, that's what they do. That's what narcissists do, which we're going to talk about next week. Okay, so just stay tuned already. But this is what narcissists allegedly in the church do. Okay, they do all that raggedy stuff that she been doing, and then go run to the Lord and go run to the altar reading scriptures talking about the Lord and the Lord and all of this other stuff. Okay, so LaShondra, let me help you with some scripture. Okay, since that's where you looking right now. One of them says, "Do unto others as you would have them do on to you." I ain't even opened the Bible. I ain't opened the Bible in a while, and I know that one. Okay. Huh? Huh? Do unto others as you would have them do. Okay. And here's the thing: you have the audacity and the nerve, see, to be accused of heinous crimes and then stealing from the church. And the fact that you can even look yourself in the face, in the mirror, and believe every lie that you are telling to yourself is not only audacity. I feel like it's a one-way ticket to somewhere. I don't know where. I really don't know where. Okay. It is a shame that you frauded that woman from the beginning, allegedly. I got to stay right here and park right here and ride on her really good. Okay. Because it makes no sense. And what adds the insult is that you have the audacity to wear a collar and call yourself a pastor. You call yourself a pastor with the word. But see, that's why I didn't follow you, because I knew it was something about you. And I believe every word that Rashonda has said. Why? Because when I followed her life, she's a very transparent woman. She's a very honest woman who has been very forthcoming. And some of the stuff that she has shared, I got questions. One, I want to know How come all these people that know all this stuff about LaShondra, why y'all didn't tell me? Why y'all didn't send me a pigeon letter? Huh? Anonymously send me her mugshot. I'm looking at everybody funny right now. Girl, let me tell you something. Rashonda, baby, don't trust nobody. You were smart to keep see the Holy Ghost protected you because you were smart to keep that money out her name because she was gonna take all of it and probably leave with one of her hoes that she's been sleeping with at the apartment complex that she has been raggedly managing allegedly. She looked like a pimp. She looked like she lied for fun allegedly. That's a shame. 500,000 followers. I said allegedly and gonna come up. Now, and then here's the part because and this is how you know. Let me tell you something. Do not mess with this woman. Do not mess with this woman. Stranger danger. I want to know where all the money going. Probably going to all the hoes that she got on the block, allegedly. That's what I was gonna say. Let me just finish this. It's bad enough you just taking from people, and then you involve the church in it. And see, this is what I'm talking about with the church. This is what I'm talking about with the church. And this is what I want to talk to people who are churched. Reading scripture ain't gonna fix it. A prayer at the altar ain't gonna do it, baby. That ain't always the answer. You know, a lot of these church people allegedly think that if I just read a scripture and fast for a day and run to the altar and hikam and pour some of that olive oil over my forehead, it don't work like that. You don't get to do people wrong and ignore it like you didn't do nothing and read a scripture talking about in persecution. Baby, you are bringing all of this on your own self. This is what's happening. And you know what? It's good that you got up to 500,000 followers because 500,000 followers are going to get to see you fall because you've been lying, mistreating people, doing people wrong allegedly, and gonna get in a whole entire relationship because you knew you. The only reason we know you is because of Rashonda. We wouldn't know who you are. Your preaching is dry. Your prayer sounds like it only make it to the front door of heaven. It don't even sound like your prayers get answered. It don't. And your hair ain't grown yet, girl. You've been having locks for the last 55 years. Lord, get her off of my screen. I'm just so tired. And let me just say this lastly, Rashonda, I'm so sorry that you are even going through this. The fact that she is embarrassing you like this. Number one, I pray you go to therapy. Yeah, if you haven't gone to therapy already, run to therapy. Run. Oh, and allegedly, Lashonda don't like her daughter. This is just a mess. This is just a mess. And I'm not gonna get involved in it. But what I am gonna say, whatever Rashonda wants from Lashandra, I wholeheartedly support it. I wholeheartedly support it. I'm touching and agreeing with you, sis. I'm touching and agreeing with you, sis. And you know what? I'm not gonna misgender Lashandra. I'm just call them it and move on. Let's go on to the last one. Just makes me sick. It just makes me sick, y'all. I'm so sorry. It's just terrible. Lord, I don't went over my time. Oh, Jesus. Let's go to commercial break. And when we come back, I think either we'll talk about more topics or go into the main topic. We're gonna do something, but let me catch my nerves and my breath, and we'll be back in a couple of seconds. I'll see y'all in a minute.
In a world filled with diversity, where radical faith and progressive believers come together, there's a place that's breaking all boundaries and embracing believers from all walks of life. Bullet and Flight Radio, where believers unite, boundaries break, and love triumphs.
Step away from the chaos and noise of your daily life. Experience moments for yourself that are calm, serene, and full of peace. A necessary respite to foster growth within you, because self-care should be luxurious. Lux and Noir.
You know what? Listen, let me go back to what I'm saying because you know why I called her a man and kept calling him him? I believe this LaShondra alone because listen, if you are out there and you have ever dated that raggedy man, you know that man that will lie to you in your face, huh? Swear that's his friend. No, he ain't coming home. No, she's for the streets. She is for the streets. And I feel sorry for Rashonda because she thought she was marrying somebody allegedly that wanted to be married. And this lady is for the streets. But you know men like that out there, ladies, fellas, some of y'all too. You know what I'm talking about. How much time I got? I got 20 minutes. Ooh. Let's go to what's this baby's name? Sexy Red. Let's end on a light note, then we'll get into shadow work because I do want to cover that. Sexy Red, rapper Sexy Red has released a lip gloss brand with such colors as nuts, gonorrhea, yes, yellow discharge. Um, how do I say this word? Puss hole pink. Yeah, yeah. Booty hole brown, of course. I mean, totally makes sense. And her number one seller, Coochie Juice, which is a clear liquid with silver glitter. According to Sexy Red, it's really cute. Listen, this baby knows what she's doing. Okay. As you roll your eyes out there, because I did too. Thank you. Shout out to Walt B for sending me this. They sold out. And that's some good business right there. See, while we discussing and rolling our eyes, this baby is making she's making a good bag or two off of this Pound Town song. And business wise, if she don't release another hit, okay, this is a lesson in what people laugh at. You can make a bag or two. Okay, um, I just thought I'd end on that note because maybe y'all might want to buy some. I don't know. Coochie Juice sounds the most appealing out of all of them. Um, Yellow Discharge is disgustingly, I'm sure it's a beautiful color. And yes, it is the color of, according to Sexy Red, women's discharge. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what? Let's do the last one since we're gonna cover it. We can do this. Um, Ryan David Harris. David Ryan Harris, guitarist, American singer, songwriter, was accused of trafficking his own children. Now let's bring up his children. That's why I wanted to talk about this because I know some of y'all look at it and go like, "Oh, I totally get it. I see why that happened. It shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened at all, you know. And they didn't. American Airlines, I hope it's the right, didn't find out about the in a, the uh uh child. It shouldn't have happened. And the thing about it is, American Airlines didn't find out about it until Harris actually posted it on his Instagram. They then apologized and offered him 10,000 flyer points. I don't know if that's enough to fly around the world, but it sounds like it's a handsome amount of frequent flyer miles. Not enough. Secondly, Harris also brought up the important point that there's no law for parents traveling with children that they have to show their ID. So he wants to implement that law or work on getting that law implemented. Here's the thing. I want Karens to be reprimanded and handled at work. Okay. And this is just across the board because obviously this was a Karen who couldn't fathom the fact that a black man would have multiracial kids. It was just beyond her that a black man will be a father and have kids and be traveling with his kid. He's got to be, especially the little almost white baby at the time. That's what she was probably concerned about. She wasn't concerned about little brown boy at the bottom, allegedly. Let me say allegedly for Kwame jump at me. The Karens need to be reprimanded and they need to be handled. Okay, I don't want to say they need to be fired, but they definitely need a heavy document, the suspension or something. Okay, because that shouldn't happen to anybody. That's just ridiculous and it shouldn't happen. I don't care if the babies look white or snow. Those are his kids. Most kids are probably traumatized and he needs to sue them. Okay, now let's get into shadow work. You know what? That LaShondra, baby, it ain't safe nowhere. Ugh, a mess. Shadow work. Let's talk about it, y'all. Listen, if you out there, right, you've probably gotten, if you on social media, especially on TikTok in the last month, you have seen that commercial that has gone over and over and over again about the shadow work journal. So I thought I would share with you from my view what shadow work is and what it isn't. First of all, it's not witchcraft. Okay. It's not a workbook, although a workbook can be very helpful, but not necessary. It's not a gimmick and it's not a trauma response. And people are going out there, Daryl, brother Daryl, well, what is it? Okay. I went to Google and YouTube and it scared me a little bit because it's a lot of people saying a whole lot of stuff. And I didn't hear anybody say what I thought, they would say. So I had to rich back in my mind to stuff that I read, and I had to go to some readings and stuff. And you're gonna get what shadow work is from Daryl's perspective. Okay, listen intently. We got a little bit of time, but those of you listen. If you benefit from this, yes, listen, and here's the thing. I'm not saying a shadow work journal is bad, but what I am saying is that if you don't get the shadow work journal, you can still do shadow work, right? It's not a vehicle or a thing. In essence, Daryl. Okay, let's start with the beginning of it all. What is shadow work? Where does shadow come from? Let's start with Carl June. Bring up Mr. June. Carl June. June. Hope I'm saying it right. Nice older Swiss man holding a pipe. You got that picture? It's at the bottom. I know it's there. I sent it, or maybe it's not working. Anyways, Carl June, lovely older Swiss man. Actually, a lot of his ideas and concepts are really kind of what we living on in society, right? So Carl June, the Swiss, the psychiatrist, who he really believed in humanity. There he is, looking him peaceful, just thinking, right? Um, he once said in an intensive speech, which I absolutely love. Carl June said, "I am neither spurred on by excessive optimism nor in love with high ideals, but am merely concerned with the fate of the individual human being, that infinitesimal unit on whom a world depends and in whom even God seeks his goal." Carl Jung was deep, right? And so for the people, um, he said, hold on now. For the people, he said, Yes, I believe in the greater good. Yes, I believe in humanity. But he said, hold on. There's this conscious part of you, right? But there's another side of you, that repressed subconscious, right? That thing back there that you don't realize is a part of you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, before we start, let me give a disclaimer. For some of you, this may hurt a little bit, okay? And for some and others, right? I just want to say, and if we can just pause and say this, I just want to say, um, this may hurt a little bit. Can we play that little Monique video?
You get mad, even if you get
Yes, ma'am.
offended. So, what you gonna do? Because I guarantee you, you
Mm-hmm.
can't beat me up.
Mm-hmm. I just want to make that clear. If I say anything, in the words of Bernie Mac, I ain't scared of y'all, but I love y'all. So listen, shadow work bring shadow work is addressing that part of you that Carl Jung called the repressed consciousness, right? Bring up that little shadow thing right there. And I want to share with you, I've actually done some shadow work, and it's not for the faint of heart. You can use a workbook. You can also, go to therapy or a life coach. Now, I brought up this shadow here because I believe, here's the thing, and let me say it from Daryl's point of view. A lot of people, and I believe it also says shadow work is addressing the trauma or those things that you repressed from childhood, etc. Um, I would step out to say maybe in addition, but at the soul of shadow work is addressing that part of you that is actually you. hmm hmm See how the white shadow is all calm and looking straight forward. Then you look at the shadow behind him, and he just either confused, angry, or just kind of trying to figure out why did I just slap the mess out of that person, right? Bring me back up on screen, Kwame. See, shadow work or the shadow or doing the work of the shadow is really addressing that part of you that maybe a lot of times people don't believe is a part of them, or that subconscious part that they say, oh no, that's not me. I would never. Yes, you would. And that's a subconscious part that you did need to work on. When you look across the room or somebody says something and in your head you imagine, slapping the mess out of somebody, that's a part of you. And that's the repressed consciousness sometimes. And a lot of people, you know, we have outbursts or we have a part of us that we don't want to acknowledge. One, because we don't know that it's necessarily there, right? In the conscious, we're a good person. Um, we're polite. We do things a certain way, and there's that shadow part. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's nervousness. Maybe for some it's the opposite. To the world, you're unorganized and you're angry, and deep down inside, there may be a nice person that you've repressed. You know. Oh, let me read some of the comments. He was Swiss. He was Swiss. He was Swiss. Um, he believed in basically Um, the individual consciousness was a part of the social consciousness that contributes to basically the rules and how we feel in society, publicly, how we look at marriage and how we look at, if people should be punished or if people, should be set free. Our moral compass in society is part of what Carl Jung talked about in regards to the social consciousness. But when we talk about shadow work, if I were to preach a message, the message would be, and I would title it, What That Shadow Do. Ah, this is the part where I said it may sting a little bit. See, a lot of you to yourself, you are nice, you are polite, you're amazing, and whatever else things that you present to yourself. Maybe you're a procrastinator, maybe you're a lover, not a fighter, maybe you're a peaceful person, but there is a part of you that repressed part of you, that shadow part of you, that work needs to be done on. Okay. A lot of times we tuck away the attitude. And a lot of times because of how we were raised, we operate and we move in the way that we feel is the right way. But deep down inside, there's that shadow part of you that can I say has been ignored. And what I mean by is ignored that you haven't acknowledged it. It's a lot of work, baby. It's a lot of work because it's so easy. See, and I'm just gonna say this, and you can get in the comments. But with shadow work, when you get to the beginning of shadow work, but before shadow work, some people will say, "I don't know what got into me," or "Child, that was the alcohol speaking." No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That was you. I want to help people see that, especially in the Black church, right? The shadow work, because we are taught to live in perfection. We are taught to live in a way that, oh, I'm this way. And we're all works in progress. The shadow work I had to do, I had to acknowledge the angry part of Daryl that I suppressed. I had to acknowledge all parts of Daryl to get to a place now where I can acknowledge that I'm happy. Sometimes I'm mean. The part that people call a bitch, that's me also. The part that was getting drunk and acting a fool, that was me also. A lot of times with it, we don't embrace what we don't feel comfortable embracing. And shadow work helps you to embrace all of it and work through it. Oh, come on, somebody. That was you, baby. That was you. I know. Look, some of you want to go back and have a sip of that Crown Royal to find that you again, huh? Because what they say, ten, what is it? Whiskey makes me tipsy. What's the alcohol? Anyways, you know what I'm saying. You get that tequila in you. People, ooh, child, when that tequila get in me, child. You know, brown liquor, makes me sicker. In the clip. No, that is a part of you. And here's the thing, y'all. Shadow work is beautiful work. Shadow work is amazing. And I think everyone can benefit from it. Everyone can benefit from it because at the end, when you do the shadow work, you come out a better person. Right. Jen will make you sin. Baby, Jen didn't make you sin. That was in you all along. That was in you all along. That's why shadow work is ugly because you go to the place and go like, nah, we ain't gonna. I know we want to blame it on the alcohol. I know we want to blame it on that laugh. Listen, Tyrese out here blaming it on the psych meds. We giving Kanye passes because it's bipolar and stuff. But I really believe at the end of the day, all of this stuff that we say isn't in us really is in us. And that's why I want to go back to that. Oh Lord, let me leave her alone. LaShondra, what's in you is gonna come out, including the unconscious, including the subconscious. And a lot of times we hide. A lot of times, especially in church, how many people repress who they really are. Not even who they really are, but the other part of them. They only want to be perfect. We only want to be nice. We only want to be amazing. We only want to be known as giving. We only want to be known as the amazing person. We never want to acknowledge that, you know what, sometimes I am a bitch. I am me. I do get angry. I am impatient. I am sad. Come on, somebody. And that's all like a part of who you are. And when you can come to this beautiful balance of the conscious and the subconscious, all of that stuff meeting, you become a healthy person, a healthier person, because you're already healthy. Let me say that. I know how folks like to tussle in the streets. Woo! Listen, I hope y'all got a lot out of that. I mean, shadow work is such a huge conversation, and I hope I was able to lend a perspective to help a little bit. Listen, if you see this on the replay out there and you hear something I said and you say, Daryl, you know what? Let me just help you out, or let me correct you, or let me lend to the conversation. Please jump in those comments. Please email me at Power Media Network or at I am Daryl Walter at gmail.com. And let's get into these conversations, because these conversations need to be had. These conversations need to take place, right? I'm here to encourage, uplift, and make you better. Listen, in the next few weeks, I have some exciting news coming up. We're only going higher up from here. Also, stay tuned next week. Shout out to Lynette out there, who really gave me the foundation for this conversation we're going to be having next week, and that is narcissism in the church. I know. And you're going to hear what I think about it, what I have to say about it, and a whole lot more. Plus, of course, what went viral. Listen, shout out to Pyro Media Network, my executive producer, Kwame. You are amazing. You are a light. And thank you so much for this platform and everything you do for Pyro Media Network. Shout out to Bullet In Flight Radio and everyone listening out there. Make sure you go to Facebook and y'all can see the videos and stuff I talk about on there. And listen, shout out to y'all, all of my followers, my friends, my cousins, my brothers and sisters out there. Thank y'all for following me here at Power Media Network and all over social media platform at I am Daryl Walter. Listen, if you have a vision, see it through. And if you have a dream, make it happen. But most importantly, make sure that you stay true to yourself. Until then, I'll see you next week. All right. I got to go. Peace.